Okay, are they going to get Celine Dion? No, unfortunately not. Who are the Canadiens going to select?
Chicago Steel in USHL.
Okay.
Michael Hage.
Michael Hage. Okay, that is an interesting one. Very, very interesting. Popped up here on the website as well. From the USHL's Chicago Steel, Michael Hage is a 6'1", 188-pound center. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised about this because there were a lot of rumors popping out about Montreal potentially being interested in, who was it, Dean Letourneau, the big dude out of St. Andrews College. A lot of people were talking about him being a Montreal Canadiens target because he's 6'7", 214. But instead of the Canadiens going there, they end up taking Hage, whose consolidated ranking is... Where is Hage on the thing? 20th overall. Okay, so he's a lot higher ranked than Letourneau. You could say the Canadiens did a very good job here. But Michael Hage, Mississauga, Ontario boy, the center right here, two-way playmaker dangler as highlighted by Elite Prospects. His consolidated ranking was 20th overall, and his EliteProspects.com ranking was 24th. So the fact that he went 21st overall, that's pretty much in the wheelhouse where we expected him to go. This isn't really a reach, it's not really an out-of-nowhere pick, it's just a nice pick. It's right there where the Canadiens were, oh, he needs some help taking off his jacket. That is... not the best look, but either way, Michael Hage scored himself 75 points in 54 games played this recent season in the USHL, also added 4 points in 2 games in the playoffs. One thing about these NCAA USHL guys is, honestly, I feel like their production is super underrated. 75 points in 54 games is a hell of a lot of points, but for the USHL, the Canadiens honestly rarely go this route. They like to take a lot of guys from the American system, they take their big defensemen, and then they take their CHL guys. These USHL talents, you know, the Sean Farrells and the... who else was taken out of here? There was another guy, he was a buzzsaw-like guy as well. I forgot, it's off the top of my head, I can't bring it up, but... the USHL rarely gets Canadian selections nowadays, so seeing Michael Hage be one of those is a great addition. The scouting report here says that he is a dynamic rush attacker, combining inside drives, flashy dekes, and give-and-go playmaking. A crossover burst gets defenders' feet moving, and then he looks for vulnerabilities. He fakes wide and accelerates into the net. This is a fairly dynamic two-way capable center who has some nifty moves with his stick and feet as well. He can score some really beautiful goals depending on the time of day. And when it comes to the Montreal Canadiens, if he becomes, let's say, a middle six, maybe second power play-like offensive contributor, this could be a really interesting option down the middle. Now, of course, you have to start asking yourselves, you've got Nick Suzuki, you have yourselves the Kirby Docs of the world, you have other centers that could project to being NHL talents too, like Owen Beck. Is Michael Hage going to take Owen Beck's third line spot and turn that line into a more offensive line? Or do you see Hage as a fourth line guy rounding out with his two-way stability whilst providing some extra oomph on a power play or two? There are a lot of options here for the Canadiens as they go into the long term with their center core, but of course, I mean, Michael Hage is just one prospect out of many. You have to wait and see how these guys inevitably develop. Best case scenario, if Hage ends up becoming what he could be, I'd say more so look out for a player similar to a Morgan Frost. Robert Thomas seems to be a really highly touted player from the EP Ringside guide that I'm looking at over here. Robert Thomas is a really good player, so if this guy ends up becoming anywhere near the Robert Thomas play frame, I think that's a super amazing pickup at the 21st overall spot, but it's going to take a while. The Canadiens have some time to burn with this player as well because he is going to the University of Michigan Wolverines. Normally, for these 20-ish plus guys in the draft that go to the NCAA, they don't really become NHL players within the next, 2 years or so. I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Hage doesn't become a Canadian, he doesn't sign with the team and play in Laval until, let's say, 2026. Oh, actually, this is 2025-2026. Okay, so that's interesting to see. Is he going to play another year with the Chicago Steel? before heading over, that's really interesting. Either way, the Canadiens have a lot of time to burn with Michael Hage because of his NCAA projectability. But for now, this is a two-way flashy center who could score some really nice goals, make some really nice dangles, and provide some solid defensive play as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canadiens selecting Michael Hage in the 21st overall spot here in the 2024 NHL Entry Draft. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.